Good morning. I'm Reverend Tress Phillips, and it's my delight to be here today. I invite you to be calm, still, for this is your time to honor who you are and to acknowledge the importance of your life here today and always. So please, if you wish, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale peace, exhale, release anything that is in your way, anything that seems to be niggling at you, or maybe in your mind. Just let go and allow the peace to be your experience now. Release. Release and be. And envision yourself as a butterfly. You may have one color of wings or luminescent wings. You are who you are, a gift to the world. But envision your spirit and your soul feeling the freedom. Feel the warmth of the sun upon you. And feel that urging of wanting to fly. See those wings expand and flex. And feel deep down inside the truth of your creativity, of who you really are, that there is always time to create and be and allow the real you to express and to experience. So we're envisioning a beautiful butterfly ready to fly. And as we look around in our mind, we see other beautiful butterflies, all different shapes, sizes, colors. And we realize some are just starting to open their wings, and some are ready to fly. And we realize that all the world around us grows at its own rate. And yet all are ready and willing at their own time to express the beauty of who they are. We are all the same. Yet we are each so uniquely different, so uniquely ready to go on a journey, and my journey, and your journey, and the journeys of all the others we see are totally different. Yet that life that we feel within us, that breath of air that we take, is all from the same earth. But each of us go and express our being so uniquely different. We are so different, yet we are all one. So as we look around in our mind's eye at the beautiful scene of the butterflies, we see the beauty of all the people in our lives, of the experiences in our lives, and realize what is in the past is in the past, and what is in the future is there waiting, because we are right here, right now, on that branch, on that flower, on that symbol of where we are. But we have within us all we need to go forward. Because within us is the gift of life. Within us is the gift of love. Within us is the gift of seeing and knowing. It is our duty in our life at some time to share the uniqueness and the beauty of who we are. And it is important to realize that we are not alone, but we have that life force within us that gives us the support, the energy to go on. Sometimes it's a challenge to get up and say, I am who I am. But without saying that, without expressing that, how can the world benefit from the beautiful talents that each of us have to share? Deep down inside we know, we hear that voice telling us who to be, how to express. And we may have been told in the past, don't do that, don't follow that. Well, we're here right now, safe in this meditation, and we know the truth of who we are, that there's no one can stop us from expressing the beauty of who we are except ourselves. And today in our mind's eye, we see taking a step forward and another step forward toward our dreams and our goals, because they're not just our dreams. Those dreams came from our mind and our soul, and those dreams came from a higher power that gave us life. And how dare we stop from being who we're truly meant to be? We're beauty, we're joy, we're love, and we are able to change the world by expressing and showing love and joy and acceptance of not only ourselves, but of others. And the future is a gift. Every breath we take is actually a new future. Today's the day to honor yourself. honor your life and to be courageous, move forward with our dreams, and to bless others we see. For just like the butterflies, everyone is in their own stage of understanding, of growth. But each one we meet is a gift in their own way to the world. And each one we meet, we're having a new opportunity to see a gift of the divine. But today we express our beauty with love, with acceptance. And we now realize it's a new day, and here we are. So look out, world, here we come. So feel the peace, the joy, and the miracle of who you are. And that there's nothing in the way of you expressing the true beautiful person that you are. So breathe, release, relax, and be. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, you may open your eyes.
Good morning, everybody. I don't think I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Are you turned on? Yeah, I think so. Can you? So today we have a brand new singer. It's my beautiful niece, Jasmine Butcher.
Hey guys.
Jasmine. And so Jasmine lives in Bentley, and she writes her own music, and she's been singing at different spiritual events quite a few times throughout the summer. Yeah, you can get yourself ready, Jasmine.
Can you check that mic? I think it's working though.
Check 1, 2.
Yeah, hers is good. Oh, yeah. She does some competitive kickboxing, and she's gonna be getting her driver's license. She's gonna be 16, this girl soon, so. So.
She also raises cattle.
Yeah, she
shows
lives,
them.
yeah. Yeah, she went out to Ontario this summer with a group of people, so it's fun to just have a little bit of youth being brought into our center, and go ahead, Jasmine. We're gonna play her song. It's gonna be Country Roads, and it's going to be on here, or you want handouts?
It is going to be read it right away. Yeah, we can read it from up there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, geez, guys, you're making me feel pretty famous up here. Oh, thank you.
We just need to put it up here.
Oh, yeah.
Now this isn't working either.
It's right there. Yeah, that's right.
You guys want to hear a joke? All right. So yesterday, I wrote a song about tortilla, but it was more of a rap. Ooh, I gotta think about another one. So I got tired of watching the world spin around, so after 24 hours, I just called it a day. Oh, here we go. This is the best one.
Okay, it's not up, it's not working, but we all know the chorus. We'll
All
sing the
right.
chorus with you.
Well, everyone like John Denver? If you don't, then leave the room. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her, a miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads. Oh, there's the words. I hear her voice in the morning, how she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday. country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Down country roads, take me home. Down country roads. Okay, I hope everyone knows the song. Stand By Me? Yeah?
I didn't put it up because we know it.
All right, beautiful. All right, well, if you guys want to sing along, go all for it. I love my backup singers. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. All right, everybody now. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, would you stand by me? Oh, oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Thank you, guys.
Hang on, I'm going to see if I can hold this microphone over here.
Okay.
Nice guitar work, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Testing, testing, testing.
Jazz, can you help me untangle this?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Russell, you got a microphone working?
Yeah.
Never mind. Nope. I have a man on it, and there's 7 of them here today, I hear.
You know, it's I'm gonna count them and then show them.
Testing. Is it working
Well,
now?
Russell was pretty
Okay.
proud. He told me.
I believe it.
So now it's time to bring all the children. I don't have the word of the day.
No, we're not doing that anymore.
Okay.
We're just releasing them with Nancy.
Okay. Because I'm looking, going, oh, something's changed.
Well, we have an affirmation for them though, right?
Is there? an
always in your
affirmation
heart?
up there?
No.
Okay, it's online, it says, Peace. Peace is always in your heart by Walt Whitman.
Okay.
Just say it all together.
Peace is always in your heart.
My heart, that's right. And you get to go with
So if all the children can go with Nancy now.
Woo! High five!
And our growing circles. I'll call Linda Connolly up now if she'll do the reading of the day.
They're all lovely this month.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's so great to see everyone here today. So the reading today is Accept the Gift of Nature's Peace. Maybe I need to take the glasses off so I could read. I love to think of nature as an unlimited broadcasting station through which God speaks to us every hour if we will only tune in. George Washington Carver. I am guided by the same intelligence and inspired by the same imagination that scatters the moonbeams across the waves and holds the forces of nature in its grasp. Ernest Home, this thing called you. Mother Nature's welcoming arms are open, always. They invite our spirits to expand into her safety, holding our love, our grief, our wildest dreams, and our most intense emotions. She accepts them all and gives them back to us in an exhale of peace. She leaves us feeling renewed, relaxed, recharged. When we need a higher perspective or a jump start for our creativity, nature waves flags of infinite beauty. When emotions loom large and the future seems daunting, Mother Nature invites us to be still in her embrace. For spiritual connection, wellness, strength, wonder, and focus, she donates her gifts. Without a hint of judgment, nature offers us health, respite, meditation, and solace from our worldly stress. There is no other better perception for peace in times of uncertainty. The gift of nature's peace is found in simple moments, in gentle practices. Notice the sunrise, the sunset, the night sky, like a mindful walk. Discover a new trail, river, or park. Watch all creatures with awe. Listen to the peaceful sound of water. Smell the flowers. Speak truth into the wind. Plant something beautiful and watch it grow. If going outdoors is not possible, use nature videos or window as a connection to the natural world. In his writings on radical amazement, Rabbi Abraham Herschel reminds us, to be spiritual is to be amazed. Let's walk out the door with an eye for beauty. Let's seek out the miracles and soak in the sacred. Let's be amazed. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Beautiful message. So now it's time for us to be amazed by our speaker today, our mentor, our friend, Reverend Joanne Boruck.
I'm gonna shut some of these off. They're all working now. Thank you. So I lost my clicker. Oh, this mic's not working.
No, that one is
Test 1, 2.
no.
Test 1, 2.
Well, we all need entertainment, right?
You know, that's what energy does. it messes with things. Well, if anybody knows where my clicker is, I'd sure like it. Penny, you're such a blessing. Ask and it is given.
She knows where all my stuff is.
Well, it's not working though. Doesn't seem to be working. Okay.
Is it on?
It was, and it was working a minute ago. Well,
You
that,
have to point it at the thing that's going to change, not the screen. So that's not what comes the screen.
yeah, it worked from here earlier.
So that's the thing.
Yeah, it worked from like all over the place. Okay, well, this is a good one. I'm going to make it do. Good morning, beautiful. Oh, thanks for affirming that back to me. And since we're all one, what a beautiful world we live in. What an amazing day. Listening to Jasmine really inspired me. And I have to tell you, our friend Gord, I said to him a few times, how am I going to know when you're talking to me? He always says I'm coming back. You know what he said? When you hear Stand By Me, you'll know that's me. I never told Jasmine that before. Thank you, Jasmine. So I love music, and music always brings me peace. But for now, I invite you to just join me as I do this spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer. And if you choose, close your eyes and breathe into your heart center. And just be here now. Settle into your heart and give yourself the gift of being present. As I affirm and know there is only one power, one universal intelligence, one spiritual creator, I call God. God is everything and no thing. It is a word. It is an energy. It is a presence. And as I know there is only one creator, one creative intelligence, divine, all-knowing, I am one with it all. For I am a spark of all that is. I am a spark of divinity. All the joy, peace, love, and light that is of the Creator is also in me. I am infinite potential waiting to express, for it to flow through me in ways unknown, and it does. I claim peace as my inheritance. I claim peace as my truth. I claim that I am the peace I wish to see in the world. In the small moments when I breathe, in the space between the breath, is peace. And with loving thanks for this truth that I am one with it all, and it is all within me, for the people here today, for Ernest Holmes and his divine wisdom, for the ability to share my thoughts with like-minded people, I am truly blessed. And I release my word into the all-knowing law of universal consciousness, where everything is acted upon, returned to me, multiplied and overflowing. And together we say, and so it is. Let's take a quiet moment to send peace. Imagining in your mind, filling this room with the light of peace. Fill it with so much peace that it raises up through the roof and flows out the doors and down the street and fills our community. Thank you. And please, this morning, let's hold our friend Janet in our prayers this week as she is in the hospital and healing from some stomach issues. So, Janet, we send you the light of healing and the light of peace. Oh, I know she felt every prayer and every thought. So our theme this month was peace. Oh, my favorite word. I almost dressed like a hippie, and I will next week. because my name is Reverend Joanne, Faith, Peace, and Love. And so I really love talking about peace. I know you had Reverend Doug and Juliet spoke, and even though they didn't title their topic peace, it's all the same. It's all about inner peace. It's all about your heart. But you know, peace isn't the absence of war. It's not the absence of conflict. Peace is something that happens inside of us. Peace is acceptance. Peace is understanding. And peace is a choice. You can choose to be at peace, or you can choose not to. Peace is accepting and understanding where you are in your life and where other people are in their lives and their choices, and not trying to turn people into something that brings you peace. Oh, that brings me peace, so I wish you'd do that. No, I don't think that's their job. Is this mic working? Okay. Okay. And if you can't understand what brings them peace, then maybe ask them, what brings you peace? I know for everybody it isn't music, but for me and Jasmine, it sure is. I saw a phrase on Facebook one time, and I cut it out, put it on my fridge, handed it out at class, and it was a tornado. And there was a Buddha sitting on the bottom, and he says, don't let people pull you into their storm. Pull them into your peace. And I believe Ernest Holmes and Ernie both had it right when they said, people are doing the best they can with what they know. And when they know better, they'll do better. So give yourself a break and be peace. Yesterday was International Peace Day, as well as the autumn equinox. The autumn equinox is two things. It's about gratitude for what you've planted in your fields and in your heart and in your mind, gratitude for the manifestation of that crop, and balance. In the equinox, we have equal time of night and day, so it's a time where we celebrate balance. Boy, I sure hear a lot about conflict in the world. I think we all have to go out and balance that with peace. And it does start with you being peaceful. And as our philosophy says, we don't have to bring anything into us. We don't have to attract peace to us. Peace lives inside of us. We have to recognize it. We have to share it. And the more we share, the more we get. And the more we get, the more we share. Wow, it's a miracle. I remember when I was going to church, somebody said to me, you never get more than you can handle. Well, that sure ticked me off. Because I thought, there is no way somebody thinks I could handle all that. But when I started this philosophy, Ernest Holmes had a different way to say that. He said, before you're given the problem, you're given the solution. Your job is to find it. It's planted inside. So he gave you the answer before he gave you something to work on. So today I have two intentions. One of them is just to tell you that you're perfect, 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 just the way you are. And the other one is to share with the world. When I talk about everything's inside of us, we truly are an instrument of peace. And the other is to share that with the world, that I am an instrument of peace. And then you'll see the peace, and you can be the peace. Do you have to be the peace before you see the peace? I think so. And I probably told you before, in my own family, we talk so much about peace. Even in the Sunday school program, they talk about peace. And one time, my daughter and her husband were like, I just want some peace. And Ava said, you know what, Mom? At Sunday school, they said peace begins in your own heart. So she phones me after, and she goes, so, you're teaching them about peace. And I just said, you're welcome. But you know, to sit here and talk about it makes it really sound like it's just a smooth sailing. It's not. Our topic this week is taking the pieces of whatever's happening in your life, your broken friendships, relationships, yourself, and putting those pieces together and making peace with that. How can you find peace? Well, one of the things we teach is tools, spiritual tools, but we call them spiritual wisdom. That's the greatest tool you can have because nobody can take it from you. It comes from within you. Ernest Holmes says, peace is always at the center of your soul. Oneness, peace, and harmony prevail. We talk about what we focus on grows. That's the law of attraction. So if we use the power of our thought to focus on what's wrong with the world, guess what? That's what we're going to see, all the things. You're going to see the world in pieces. But if you focus on imagining peace, that's what you'll see. You'll start to see those pieces fall into place, and a grand rising, they call it, is revealed. So I just say, let's join the dreamers of the world like John Lennon. Imagine all the people living life in peace. And imagine that sweet reality. And most of you know our teaching symbol. Our teaching symbol starts with a V, and it represents the ascension of spirit into matter. When I close, I always do peace and love. That's part of our teaching. But even when I do this, which is a power pose, that's also our teaching. I think when I do this, I'm opening my heart to peace. But when I do this, I'm opening my mind to peace. So I challenge you, when you're not at peace, think of that. Think of that. Think of that. I wish my clicker was working because I was going to show you the top of that is spirit. Everything happens in spirit first. And then it moves into the second part, which is your mind. And then it moves into your body and manifests. And that's what we mean when we say, change your thinking, change your life. But it only happens through the power of your thought. Ruth once said in class, I think it should be change your life and that'll change your thinking. I think that's true, Ruth. That's a great way to look at it, too. She's probably thinking, I don't remember that. Ernest Holmes wrote this great prayer for world peace. He calls it a spiritual principle. I don't think we talk about that enough. A spiritual principle is something like the law of gravity. It always works. You're always grounded into the earth. A spiritual principle is when you plug in a kettle, unless it's broken, it's going to boil. A spiritual principle is when you live from a spiritual place, you will always get what's for your greatest and highest good. You might not like it, but you'll always get what's for your greatest and highest good. And that's what we want. Spiritual principle says where energy goes, manifestation flows. Where attention goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation goes. When we focus on what we want, we're creating more of it. So what do we want? Today, I want to imagine peace right now. What does it feel like, sound like, look like? What does our experience living in the world with peace today mean? And what's happening in your own life on a day-to-day basis? How would you experience the world if that changed? And it doesn't matter if you're 8 or 88 or 98. There is something in our world that we want more peaceful. Whether it's a relationship with our teachers, our co-workers, our fellow students. If we're an adult and we want better relationships with our children, we want more peace. Like my daughter knows now, guess where it starts? Be the peace you want to see in your family, in your world, and in your home. So where do we start? Well, I invite you to just close your eyes for a moment. And go to that still place in your heart, your own personal place of peace. And I want you to ask yourself, what does peace feel like in my body? It's so warm, and I just feel myself melting into the chair when I'm at peace. What does peace look like? Doesn't have to be the world holding hands. It just could be someone smiling at a stranger. And what can I do to bring those moments into my life? And you can open your eyes. Because what if that's possible? What if, through the power of our positive words, we can reveal peace on earth now? Holy smokes! I think it's happening. If we could just stay in here, it'd be perfect. Because in here, there's peace. Out there, they don't know that peace begins in their heart. But I know when I work bingo, sometimes people say, it has been a long time, what they used to say, wow, you're so happy, you're so peaceful. I like to hand them a card and say, yeah, because I know the truth. It comes from within. Ernest Holmes starts his every radio show. He used to do live broadcasts on the radio, and he started every one with this phrase: there's a power for good in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. And that power for good he called God. There's no big or small for God. There's a God in everyday miracles. Whatever you call it, it raises the sun in the morning, it sets the sun in the evening. And haven't they been just exquisite sunrises and sunsets? It creates the stars and the planets. And this God loved the world so much that he thought the world needed each and every one of you. It needs you to share your heart with the world. Ernest Holmes went on in his peace prayer to say, there's a divine pattern at the center of everything. Sometimes I like to think of that like a quilt, like there's a beautiful pattern in there, and if one of us is missing, wow, we got to get somebody to sew a piece back in, because we're all part of the divine pattern. So what if we were an instrument of peace? If my clicker was going, I'd have the prayer up there. They rewrote the prayer of St. Francis. That I read online that it really wasn't the prayer of St. Francis. He didn't write it. Another saint wrote it. But he wrote it, they rewrote it with our philosophy, our spiritual principles, written in the positive and written in the present moment. So this is how it goes. And we can repeat after me. Divine Spirit, I am an instrument of peace.
Divine Spirit, I am an instrument of peace.
Where there is hatred, I sow love.
Where there is hatred, I sow love.
Where there is injury, pardon.
Where there is injury, pardon.
Where there is doubt, faith.
Where there is doubt, faith.
Where there is darkness, hope.
Where there is darkness, hope.
Where there is despair, light. Where there is sadness, joy.
Where there is sadness, joy.
O Divine One, know that I am here on the planet. O Divine One, know that I am here on the planet, not to be consoled, but to console.
Not to be consoled, but to console.
To be understood and understand.
To be understood and understand.
To be loved and to love.
To be loved and to love.
For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in living a life of peace and love now that we experience eternal life now and forevermore. And so it is. I read a lot of Ernest Holmes' talks on peace when I was writing this, and in 1954, wow, that's a long time ago, 70 years ago, he said, "We want peace on earth. Let us pray for peace in our hearts. Let us affirm peace in our minds, and let us live as though peace were a mandate of God, because it is." 70 years, here we are, still saying the same thing. I have to tell you that in one of his talks he says, "Show me 1,000 people who practice this philosophy and these spiritual principles and will change the world." Wow, we must have 1,000 people. So the world is changing. And look, there's some new faces here, some people I haven't seen for a while. It really shows me that we feed off each other's energy. So peace isn't something you wish for. John Lennon says, "Peace is not something you wish for, it's something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you give away." He truly was a man before his time. So I began by talking about be peace, which encompasses being at peace with your own life. This last week was a tough one for me because I was under the weather and I had to put a lot of things on hold. I was going for lunch with a friend. I was going to a 70th birthday party. I was going to get my car serviced. I was going to a 50th anniversary. And every one of them had to go on the back burner because I took care of myself. Self-care also is inner peace, self-peace. And when I sent a text, I said, "I'm going to treat myself." And that really stuck with me because I think about spiritual mind treatment. I meant I was going to treat myself, but I thought, heck, treat yourself to a bath. So I did that. When you treat yourself in your mind, that's one way, but you can treat yourself lots of other ways. Self-care is self-peace. So I invite you to envision what that looks like, how it shows up in your life, in your home, in your school. See peace. And I have another exercise I want to share with you. I'd share it up there, but it's not there. So you just have to follow along with me. Oh, and if you guys get the Science of Mind, you might have saw it. It's called a prayer for peace. So first I want you to put your hands in front of you like this. And just imagine you're looking at a globe or a map or anything that shows you 360 degrees of our world. And then imagine all the people that are on the backside walking to the front, all just standing there, all the people of your lands, your people. And just bring them into your heart, deeply feeling peace in your own heart. And then I ask you to hold your hands out. Open your hands. And send light, love, and peace to all sentient beings everywhere. And then hold your hands up. And send light, love, and peace to the cosmos. Cosmic peace. And then cross your arms and bring them into your heart, filling yourself with this activated intention of peace for your world and for yourself. Accept it and feel it deeply. Thank you. As we leave here today, I challenge you to be the peace you want to see in the world. Imagine peace. Maybe do that personally. Take a quiet time and meditate and journal. Imagine peace. And right on the top, imagine peace. Maybe you could even put imagine on. And right underneath, what does it feel like? What does it look like? how can I be peace? And set a timer so you're not there too long. And see what it feels like to just imagine peace for 1 minute a day. And see if your energy doesn't shift. And then use what you wrote on Imagine Peace when you do a prayer practice, when you do an affirmation. State those words and change it into the positive. Do positive affirmations. Peace is on earth now. And what we focus on grows. So let's focus on peace. Thank you for joining me today as I spoke my truth about peace. And I know that there's something you heard today that resonated with you. Take what fits you and let go of the rest. I am Joanne, faith, peace, and love for it. And I wish you